Okay, here's our other heroic in Belsavis, heroic mission intended for a group of players, which I will do alone. I have a habit of doing that, and the operative is really good for doing this. I can actually do this one with only killing the final enemy, the Champion Jedi, who's quite a fight, because I can sneak by everything else in here. It's literally an army of gold and silver elite droids that are guarding this. I have to release some prisoners. But to reach the console where I can release the prisoners, open the cells, I have to defeat that Jedi. So I'm going to sneak by everything else. I do have a really tricky one to sneak by up ahead. Right here, I'm going to have to go right in the face of this one droid. But I do have a stealth heightening ability, which will let me do that. I'm not fully heal spec'd anymore. When I was doing a lot of group stuff with the guild, which no longer exists, I was full heals. You really have to if you want to do operation raid type of material. But now I'm part concealment and part healing. Concealment gives me some better stealth skills. It's a hybrid build that, for playing alone, works really well. Okay, there goes a patrol by there. I don't know if you got to look at how many of these droids are in here, but the place is just crawling with them. We get by this bunch here, we will approach our Champion Jedi. He's basically a Jedi Guardian. He's got a brutal attack, which, if it was player versus player, the attack isn't that damaging, only because players, if they learn anything, learn not to stand in it. But companions don't know that. If they're going to do damage, the companion's going to keep attacking, and they're going to keep standing in this attack. It's a ground-based area attack, and it has an unbelievably low cooldown, so he can just keep using it, and it has a really long duration. So in player versus player, it's like an area denial tool. You can keep people away from an area just by dropping it down. No one's going to stand in it. It might not damage anybody, but you deny them objectives. Here, however, my companion is going to take one hell of a beating, so I have to keep healing. This guy's got a lot of stuns, too. So he actually intends to stun you and keep you in this damaging area. You'll see when you start using it. There it is. If you see that blue flash, I'm going to back off. My companion, of course, stands there and eats it, but I'm going to keep healing. So I'm going to do a little bit of damage, and I'm going to keep putting culto probes, healing probes on my companion, and when the damage gets high enough, which it probably will at certain points, I'll use a burst heal. So there's a lot more healing, but it takes a lot more resources too. And I'll be using my ranged attacks. I'm not even going to bother doing any vibro blade attacks, although they do a lot more damage. They require me to walk right into that area attack. And you'll see when that ends, which it did there, he's going to use it. So there it goes again. He just started it immediately again. So it's like the duration of the attack matches the cooldown that it has. So he can just keep using it. As soon as the thing expires, it's ready to get used again. Although now he's going to come after me. So yeah, and there he's using it again. He thought he was going to get me, and he stunned me while I was running away. I'm out of it. So I do some damage to him, hit him with a grenade there. Keep an eye on my companion. All this damage my companion is just eating. Kind of a slow fight. You get a lot of credits for doing this, though, so that's kind of the appeal of doing these things. Some of them are too much of a hassle to do. There's another one in Belsavis for a daily that I used to do a lot, but it's just not worth it anymore. It takes so long to do solo that it's just not worth the effort. Yeah, it's kind of like halfway down. It will be worth the reward in the end. I believe I have to face one of these guys at a lower level with the same attacks. It's pretty hard because it's a lower level character, and I do not have all my abilities on. It's my Sith Sorcerer. But I know this one enemy is up ahead in my class quest, and I believe he's basically going to be, although not a champion, he'll be a gold elite. I believe he's going to have that same attack, and yeah, I'm not looking real forward to it. I have a couple ideas for strategy, but I think it's going to be a very brutal fight. Okay, Jedi is almost down here. It's almost silly with that ability. With that amount of damage it does when you go down. Okay, he's done. But I think they measure that based on its effect on players, not companions. And there's our console to free all of these prisoners, and there it goes. So now we have to sneak back out. So my next video, it will either be my very low level Jedi Consular, not even advanced class yet, or maybe I'll show you some of my Sorcerer, which is the mirror class of that. I'm going to sneak back out here. Can't imagine doing this on another class. You can do it solo on another class if you have healing abilities, I think, or else if you have like incredibly high damage, but I just don't enjoy that. I know someone who does this alone on a Sith Marauder, but his companion constantly dies, and he nearly dies on every fight. I don't have the link to that video anymore, but it's just not fun for me doing it that way. Do my wall monkey routine here that gets me by everything with my stealth, and I'm out. So that's another heroic solo.